There are no profitable strategies, only profitable minds. So yo guys, I'm going to be talking about how I beat the psychological game of trading. Trading is a massive mental game. I'm sure you've heard this many times before, but it's not you versus the markets. It's actually you versus yourself. In the beginning, your mind will be your enemy. The natural human habits that we have developed throughout life do not mix well with the markets, and you'll find that out the hard way. One of them being is the idea of getting paid for each hour of work that you do. Obviously, everyone's jobs, most people's jobs at least, they're getting paid a set hourly amount, dollar amount, pound amount, whatever. You know that if you put X amount of time in, you're going to make X amount of money, right? That is not the case for trading. You can put hours and hours into trading, and not only will you not get paid for each hour, you have a potential to actually lose money. And that is the inherent risk. No money is actually guaranteed in trading. Nothing is really guaranteed in trading. And losing money can be a very painful experience for us, because we are emotionally attached to money from pretty much a very young age. So losing money hurts, and the natural reaction to losing money just ends in more disaster in the markets. You will need to completely switch your mindset from a worker to a business owner, right? You're not accepting a paycheck anymore. You are creating your own income. But at the same time, a business needs money to make money, right? Especially trading. So you will find that you need to invest a lot, even profits that you make. So nothing is guaranteed. You need to be okay with that. You need to be okay with the fact that you're not going to get a guaranteed paycheck every single week, every single month. Sometimes you might have losing months. Not only can you lose money on a daily basis, but because trading is a business, it requires a lot of preparation beforehand. Before you even enter the markets, it requires a lot of preparation to do this consistently and professionally. So there's going to be a lot of times and a lot of hours that you put into preparation that you will not see any compensation for. And you might put all that preparation in and then get into the markets and take a loss. It's just part of the game. It just is what it is. If you really want to do this, you need to be okay with that. This truly comes down to having the long-term mindset. Like, what do you actually want to achieve long-term? You've got to push aside making money short-term in order to build something for yourself long-term. You only have a chance to make money when you're active in the markets, but you also always have a chance of losing money. You can never have the opportunity in this game to make money without risking money. You do not want to be in the markets every single day forcing trades. That comes from the employee mindset, the worker mindset, wanting to be paid every single day. You can't bring that approach to trading, because that is just going to result more than likely in losing more money, especially if you react emotionally to losses and then you continue to go back into the markets. It's important to note, don't force trades when there are no opportunities clearly. Not every day there will be an opportunity to make money in trading. You need to be okay with that. This is not a job. The market doesn't owe you anything. No one is making you do this. You choose to do this, and this is why you need a stronger why of why you're doing this than just money, because you're going to have to sacrifice short-term money for long-term growth. Trading will test you beyond belief. That will either prove whether you actually want it or not. You can't just be doing this for money. You need to have a strong reason why to keep going, because you're going to find a lot of times you will be discouraged when losing money, when things aren't working out, when you're learning in the beginning. You need a strong reason why. Making money today isn't a strong enough reason why to keep going long term. The guys that come here with the short term mindset, they don't last long at all. So if you really want to do this, you need to ask yourself, do I want to be around for years, or am I just interested in making money this week? And if it's the latter, don't even bother. Save your time, save pain, and just find something else, because this will cause you unbelievable amounts of pain. You need to have a strong reason why you want to be a trader. You can't be too attached to the money. Your equity will constantly go up and down. That's part of trading. You cannot be in this game to make money without risking money. So you're constantly going to have money at risk if you want to continue to make money in trading, right? You need to focus more on consistency and actually developing the skill of trading first. Forget about the money. Focus on actually becoming consistent, because once you are consistent, the money will come. Chasing money will more than likely only end up with you going broke. Decision making in trading needs to be almost emotionless, because you will only make the right decisions and clear thinking when you're not thinking emotionally. Now, this is extremely difficult because, like I said before, we are all attached to money emotionally. So the best way to do this is just focus on your account in a percentage basis, on a percentage way. That comes to risk and growth, both in percentages. So the percentage stays the same. The percentage you're aiming for, the percentage you risk per trade, that stays the same even when your account grows. That will keep you level-headed, and you won't psychologically get lost in all of the numbers. It's so much easier to not be attached to percentage amount versus dollar amount, because in real life, dollar amount is exactly, well, dollars and the amount of money you lose is exactly linked to real life. So that's where the pain comes from. When looking at the dollar amount, it's far more difficult to remove your emotions. You need to look at trading in a probabilities mindset. You do not need to win all the time to make money. You need to be okay with taking losses, because inevitably they will come, and how you deal with them appropriately will affect how you deal with the next trade that comes. You can't allow the emotions coming from a loss to affect the next trade you take, because that's inevitably going to cause more losses. This isn't a career where you need to be right all of the time. That's an illusion. This is a career about managing risk first and making money later. You get rewarded for your performance and not the hours that you put in. One of the first steps of profitability is shifting your mindset from regular thinking into how a trader really thinks.